welcome to Famous Gays and Lesbians, Alleged and Otherwise. I'm your host, Thomas Connolly. I happen to be a gay actor, and I live in the gayest city of them all, West Hollywood, California. Today's show is about honoring a series of firsts. That's right, the very first out and proud, acknowledged gay congressperson, the very first out and proud, acknowledged gay senator, and the very first out and proud world prime minister. I'm so excited because we're going to play a game show of sorts today. Oh, who doesn't like to play a little trivia? What? Someone just said that they'd rather walk on broken glass. That might be fun too. Okay, we'll start right now. It's harder than you think. Yes, it is. Question number one. Who was the very first out and proud, acknowledged gay congressperson? Is it A, Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin? Is it B, Jerry Studs of Massachusetts? Is it C, Barbara Jordan of Texas? Or is it D, Barney Frank of Massachusetts? Well, if you said choice number C, Barbara Jordan of Texas, you'd be wrong. That's right, because Barbara Jordan was not out and acknowledged when she was a congressperson. She worked in Congress from 1973 to 1979, but we didn't learn about her lesbianism until her obituary in 1996. So if you said choice A, Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin, you'd be wrong again. Tammy Baldwin was out. Oh yeah, she's out and proud. She worked in Congress from 1999 until 2013, but somebody else came out before she did. Now, if you said choice number D, Barney Frank of Massachusetts, yes, then you'd be wrong again. Now, Barney Frank was a congressperson from 1987 until 2013, and he was out proud and acknowledged, but somebody beat him to the punch. And who was that individual? It was choice B, Jerry Studs of Massachusetts. Now, Jerry Studs was a congressperson from 1973 to 1997, and Jerry Studs was out proud and acknowledged in 1983. But of course, like most things in life, it came with a controversy. In 1983, there was the Congressional Page Scandal. Jerry Studs and Dan Crane, a congressman from Illinois, were both implicated for having sexual relations with male pages. Oh, those pages and interns in the Capitol Hill get more than they bargained for. Just ask Monica Lewinsky. No, don't do that. Well, basically, the scandal went away because they had committed no crime, but both publicly, Jerry Studs and Dan Crane, apologized for their lack in judgment. So Jerry Studs was the first man ever to be elected as an out proud, acknowledged gay man in 1983. Jerry Studs worked an additional 14 years in Congress, and he worked very hard for LGBTQ rights, same-sex marriage particularly, and AIDS funding and environmental rules. Alrighty, we're going to move on to question number two. I told you question number one was a little hard, but you're on the honor system. Who here got it right? Yeah, sure. Okay, question number two is easier. Okay, here we go. Who was the first acknowledged out and proud gay senator? Was it A, Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin, B, Ted Cruz of Texas, C, Marco Rubio of Florida, or D, Mitch McConnell of Kentucky? If you said choice B, Ted Cruz of Texas, you'd be right. Oh, no, I don't know. You might not know this, but Ted Cruz was a huge proponent of gay conversion therapy. Oh, yeah. That's the idea that a gay person could convert from a flaming queen to a butch straight person. Well, Ted Cruz actually checked out the biggest gay conversion therapy school in Texas. He wound up enrolling. He didn't realize it worked in reverse. Ted Cruz went in a bona fide heterosexual man and came out a flaming gay person. So the answer is B, Ted Cruz of Texas. Okay, I'm just kidding. The answer is D, Mitch McConnell of Kentucky. No, the LGBT community does not want Mitch McConnell. So that makes the answer choice A, Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin. Now, we love Tammy Baldwin. Tammy Baldwin is what we would call a progressive Democrat. She fought for things like Medicare for all, LGBTQ rights, and stricter gun control rules. Tammy Baldwin was with Lauren Azar for 15 years. They separated in 2010, but they were registered as domestic partners when they were together. So that means that Tammy Baldwin is single and ready to mingle. Oh, Tammy, you might not like that, but we love Tammy Baldwin, and I am so proud that she was the first out and proud lesbian gay member of the Senate. Alrighty, moving right along with our game show. Question number 3. What country had the first out proud and acknowledged prime minister? Is it choice A, parlez-vous français? Which is the country of France? Or B, buongiorno, principessa. Is it the home of a pizza, lasagna? Italy. Or is it C, the home of a Greta Garbo in a Sweden? I love a Sweden. Or is it D, Iceland? I don't know any Iceland accent. If you said choice number D, Iceland, you'd be right. Right. That's in 2009, they elected the world's first open lesbian prime minister, Johanna. Oh, look at this last name. Lordy Lahu, look at that name. I'm going to call her Johanna S. I think one of the great achievements that Johanna did was she seriously amended the Icelandic constitution, which was originally written in 1905. And this way, she was able to enact great programs like debt relief for vulnerable Icelanders, stricter LGBTQ rules. She even helped to erode the pay gap between men and women. I think Johanna S. was onto something with amending the Constitution. Maybe the USA should take note. I don't want to be specific. How about amendment number 2 and stricter gun control? Johanna S. married Jonina Liastadar in 2010, and that made them one of the first legally married lesbian couples in the history of Iceland. Now, one thing that I don't understand is that Iceland was able to elect a lesbian prime minister in 2009, and 7 years later, we have a qualified woman like Hillary Clinton, but our country chooses Donald Trump. I digress. This episode is about celebrating a series of firsts, so don't underestimate the bravery of these 3 individuals. They single-handedly forged new territory. They are the ultimate precedent setters. They laid the groundwork, so any LGBT person that comes next in their job stands on their shoulders. So let's give a great big shout out to Jerry Studs of Massachusetts, to Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin, and to Johanna S. of Iceland. Well, that's about it for this episode. This is Thomas Connolly for Famous Gays and Lesbians, Alleged and Otherwise. If you like this show, could you please like and subscribe? That would really help us. Until next time, bye-bye.